I want to make this clear that I'm not aligned with no political party. I'm not aligned with the PPP. I'm not aligned with the PNC. I'm not aligned with the AFC. This is clear. I can stand alone and defeat them.
So it is Sunday night, March the 30th. One more day to go. I'm just making this quick video. The war of words continue between Team Mohamed and the PPP. The vice president had to say now the president has gotten into it. As some of you might have known, Azruddin, especially on the social media platforms this morning, made it clear that he's not affiliated with the PPP, the PNC, or the AFC. Azruddin even boasted that he can run on his own and he would defeat any of them. But I think it's a bit of youth there getting the better of him. It's not easy to defeat the PPP party or even the PNC. I think he was getting a bit over his head and saying that he can defeat any one of them. He's saying also that he had no idea it was a crime to meet a AFC lawyer, which I think he's entitled to meet whichever lawyer himself and the father may want to meet to get legal advice. That's just my take. So the president of Finale was an outreach meeting yesterday with residents of La Grange, and the president wasted no time into wading into Azruddin Mohamed. He's claiming that PNC as well as AFC personnel are on the ground organizing meetings for Azruddin Mohamed. Why is he saying as a string in the background? But he's saying these personnel are organizing these meetings, and he's saying that it's about time Azruddin either declares where he's in or where he's out. It's time for him to stop standing at the back of the line. It's time for him to make it known what are his true intentions. So it seems as though the war of words are going to continue to be escalated. We saw in today's papers where the security license of the Mohammeds has been suspended. They have 15 days to reply. And I think that suspension should be going for 30 days with the objective, I believe, to take away that security license from Mohammed's security enterprise. If that happens, you know they're going to put a lot of people out of jobs. So it seems as though the silly season is in full swing.
I don't think we have 50 persons here. I think we have about 200 and something persons here. Turn the camera, let me see.
More people.
All outside we have persons here. Because look how they are so disrespectful to the people of this country. He said yesterday, the persons only coming here for a house and for money. Right? He should be ashamed of himself to say things like that. Because that is to show that 20-something years out there in office, and persons can't have their own house lot, persons can't live comfortable, and persons can't have access to cash. So I think he should be embarrassed to make such a statement. I gotta release some videos with persons along this quarantine to see the conditions they're living under. Just before I came here, a woman stopped me at the bridge, at the Borbees Bridge. And when she showed me the condition of her house, right, it only left for tears come out here to see how people are living here all these years. And this country has so much of natural resources, so much. for a very small population, just 700 something thousand persons. Yeah, just 700 and something thousand persons. Now think about it. For the past 20, 30, 40 years since we're doing our charitable work, if we never assisted and helped persons, I wonder what their position would have been today. Look how much persons' house burned flat down to the ground. How much persons the breeze blow down their shots. Children, adults, even a simple wheelchair is a problem for them to get. Even a wheelchair. Look, for example, at Letterkenny. An old Indian woman wanted to come in the yard to see me in a wheelchair. And the PPP protesters told her, we ain't gonna take back the wheelchair from you. It shouldn't be like this. Regardless of your political belief, we gotta look out for everyone. Yeah, not because you're a PNC or a PPP that means, we can discriminate. We can't do that. That's the only way we can get the real one Guyana. Right? That's the only way. Another major issue we have in this country, the Chinese. The Chinese, it's a major issue in this country. The Chinese are forcing all the small business owners out of business. Forcing them out. Yeah. Forcing the small business owners out of business that had business for 20, 30 years. Generations upon generations. Completely shut them down. So I don't know if we're going to end up like a small Chinatown here. Everywhere you turn, you see the Chinese. Just yesterday, the Secretary of State, Mr. Rubio, it was such a big joke. For example, the Heroes Highway, while coming down the airport, he was driving on the Heroes Highway. Man said he nearly get concussion. Right? It's so embarrassing to know that we only built that road the other day with local contractors and the Chinese, because I think the Chinese are building the road from the Teneri airport coming down. They spent $20-something billion to build the road from Sophia straight to Prospect area. And that is the condition of our road. It shouldn't be like this. You gotta take on, people, good engineers to overlook these work. Too much of corruption going on in these contracts. Too much of corruption. All these contractors, yes, gotta pay something. All these contractors, this shouldn't be. And at the end of the day, it's your money, the taxpayers' money.
If, and why I use we comrades, because it's full PPP. If a businessman goes into a community, his meeting is facilitated by AFC leaders, organized by PNC activists, promoted by PNC, AFC activists. If it's being taken wrong by AFC, PNC organizers, who is the person? Who is the person? So why should the person hide his identity? No, comrade. It is deception. And that is what we are warning you about. Deception. The deceptive nature of what is taking place. Don't ever forget the story of the betrayal of Christ. you know, the good book tell you, many will be called. But how many will be chosen? All right. Our philosophy is a very frank and clear philosophy. Don't hide. If you're coming, come. There is no shortcut, or there is no sidetrack or backtrack. In politics, you're in or you're out. Because the people must know where you stand. When we stood with the sugar workers, we stood with them on the streets. When we stood with the rice farmers, we stood with them in the fields. We didn't stand at the back of the line or in a house and say we love sugar workers. We fought alongside our sugar workers. We fought alongside workers of this country. So, that thought just came to my mind with the comment that you made. That those who support this party because of our philosophy, because of our plans and programs. And the thing that annoys me the most is when these so-called intellectuals castigate those who join the PPP, the new membership of the PPP, especially our Afro-Guyanese brothers and sisters. Always ascribing a motive as to why they why they join. Referring to our prime minister as a house slave. Ministers in government who are Afro-Guyanese. No. We must, in a unified voice, tell them, no, we are all part of one Guyana.